Hi YouTube, I'm Kimberly. Welcome to my channel. I thought I'd tell you a little bit about me and also about what kind of videos I'd like to make here for you. So I live in Michigan and it's very cold here right now, but that's not why I'm wearing a hat and scarf in the house. I'm about to go outside and introduce you to somebody very special. But before I do that, let's talk about this channel. I'm going to be turning 60 years old later on this year. I still work full time, so while I'm not retired yet, I'm so much very looking forward to it. So we're going to talk about all things this stage in life, preparing for retirement, and what we're going to do with that time when we actually do retire. We're going to travel, spend time with our grandkids, start a YouTube channel, or maybe just pursue those passions and hobbies we haven't had time for. You know, there's another YouTuber out there. I forget his name at the moment, but I'm going to link him below. And his motto is, if you ain't dead, you ain't done. And I can't agree with him more. So one of the things that I have been learning about and really developing my own new passion for, and even starting to implement into my life, is the art of living simply. So what does that mean? It could mean something different to you than it does me. And the way each of us implements that into our lives can be different as well. I don't think there's any right answer or wrong answer here. To me, the art of living simple is finding joy, contentment, and freedom in the essentials in life, while being very ready and willing to give up the excess. Now, this can mean many things, from decluttering, becoming frugal with your money, and saving and investing for your future. It can also mean becoming more of a DIY in order to save money, restore old things, and give them new life, and not feeding into the consumerism. Simple living can also be within your relationships and your spirit. And we'll get into that later. So another one of my passions is health and diet, and the diet-health connection. You know, many years ago in my young adult life, I started to have different ailments and different problems that brought me to the doctor with no real answers. Have any of you gone to the doctor and had test after test only to have them tell you, well, we can't find anything really wrong? I would leave thinking, well, then why do I feel this way? Never once did any of those doctors ask me, what do you eat? Now, to no fault of their own, it's not how doctors are trained. They learn very little about nutrition, and they follow a standard of care, which is more often treating symptoms instead of curing disease. They do their best, and there is a place and a time for the medical community, and I am not anti-medicine when it's needed. However, I think we must be our own advocates. We must always be researching for answers if we have something that is wrong. You know, we've lived in our own bodies our whole lives. We know them better than anyone. If you feel something is not right, it's not right. Don't settle for no answers. I didn't, and I kept digging and I kept digging. I didn't expect my answers to be found in nutrition and what I was eating, but they were. And I plan to go into all of that as well in future videos. But here's a little teaser. I am now a carnivore. I eat mostly an animal diet with very, very little variation. It's been a long and winding road on how I got here. The last many years, winding and roading through a keto diet. Sometimes being more strict carnivore, sometimes being more keto and allowing more things in. I was trying to find that happy place where I could eat a little of this and a little of that without having to be super strict carnivore. It just wasn't working. Currently in my life, I am very strict carnivore, and we're going to talk about it. You know, one of the things that I eat on a daily basis and is absolutely a superfood is eggs. It is the perfect balance between saturated fat and protein, the two things our body needs the most. That brings me to my third passion that I want to talk about on this channel, and that is chickens. I am a chicken keeper, and I have 29 chickens in my yard. You know, they are so funny and so much fun to watch and spend time with. And I'm going to introduce you to them and make lots of videos about chicken keeping. So if you're interested in possibly getting your own chickens, stick around. You know, I have lots of other ideas, and we have time to get into all of that, from gardening to lifestyle to fashion to thrifting. Thrifting is a big one, and so much more. So please stick around, leave me a comment below if any of these subjects interest you and what you might want to hear about first. And I'm going to take you into the yard to meet somebody very special. So let's go. This is FOMO. FOMO is my Rhode Island red rooster. Look at those feathers. Isn't he beautiful? FOMO is really quite majestic. He's 2 years old, and I was given him when he was only 1 year old. He needed to be rehomed from someone else, so we took him on here at the little homestead, and he's such a good boy. FOMO got his name for exactly the reason you may suspect, because he has the fear of missing out. While all chickens by their nature are very nosy, curious creatures and have to know what you're doing and be in your business, FOMO is sort of extra. He really is. He is very, very extra. I keep my chickens fenced in, but it's really just a 4 foot mobile fence that I can move around for them to always, you know, give them fresh grass. So it's not so high that he can't just jump right over it. And that's what he does. He comes in and out from his little flock and throughout the yard anytime he wants. So, and he does that quite often because whatever's going on in the yard, FOMO needs to know about it. Whatever we're doing outside in the front yard, backyard, FOMO needs to know about it. If we've got deer, pheasant, peacock in my yard, FOMO is on it. He wants to know, he has to know, and he's not going to rest until he knows. He can't miss out. He cannot miss out. So he is the joy. He really is a joy. I think he's a little camera shy though. Oh, he doesn't know. FOMO, check it out, buddy. They're going to be your friends. Yeah, they're going to be your friends. Anyway, thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this first video. I'm a total newbie. I'm learning this as I go. So be patient and be kind. And I hope you come back. And I'm really looking forward to it. And so is FOMO. All right, you've had enough.